Good day, everyone. Welcome to JBS Wiki. In today's episode of our Azure Data Factory series, we are diving deep into the auto-resolve integration runtime. We will explore the advantages, disadvantages, and whether it is truly production ready. If you're looking to make the most out of your data pipelines, this video is for you. A lot of efforts went into creating this content, so please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and give a thumbs up. Let's get started. I'm in the Azure Data Factory studio. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this manage here. And if you can see here, we have this link services and integration runtime. And I'm very much interested in this integration runtime because this video is about the auto resolve integration runtime. So I have one auto resolve integration runtime created, which is part of my last video. If I click on this, what I can see is like I'm able to see that we have this integration runtime, which is auto resolve integration runtime. And if you read this, it basically tells that the data factory manages the integration runtime in Azure to connect to required data source destination or external compute in public network. The compute resource is elastic allocated based on the performance requirement of the activity. So it basically tells like it can scale up and scale down as per the performance requirements of the activities. That is like, for example, if you have too much of work going on, then it can scale up, and in case the work as far as the integration runtime or the area of pipeline is less, then it can scale down. Yeah. So the most important thing is here is like the region here is auto resolve. So the thing is like wherever we have an availability, this runtime gets hosted in that region, and also like Azure tries to place it to the nearest location where possible. Yeah, so this is sometimes good for us, but most of the time it's gonna be like a problem. Thinking about the performance and security, compliance, and things like that. Yeah. So let's discuss more about that. Let's discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of auto resolve integration runtime, and we will then let the viewers decide whether it is going to be utilized in production or on development environment, because it is case to case basis and it all depends. Anything you have that can be utilized for production as well as for the non-production things. But what we'll do is like we will explain all the things related to auto resolve integration runtime, and then let the viewers pick it up which one is feasible for them. Yeah. So as far as the advantages of Azure Auto Resolve integration runtime is concerned, its ease of use is one of the best advantage for Azure Auto Resolve integration runtime, because it simplifies the setup process by automatically selecting the optimal region. Yeah, and it kind of reduces the need for manual configuration. The next advantage would be the scalability, which I discussed earlier, wherein it can automatically scale up or down based on the workload requirement, ensuring efficient resource utilization. Yep, and it can be a way kind of cost effective, which comes as the next advantage. And this is by optimizing the resource allocation and scaling. It helps in managing costs effectively. So as I told you earlier, for example, when you don't have much of a workload there that is utilizing this runtime, then it can basically scale down, and that's going to help us as far as the cost is concerned. Yeah, and it's kind of a fully managed service. Yeah, so Azure fully manages it, and it reduces the operational overhead for managing the infrastructure and things like that. Yeah, and the next advantage is with regards to the high availability and reliability, as auto resolve integration runtime leverages Azure's backbone. It will benefit from Azure's built-in high availability and redundancy. Now that we discussed about the advantages, let's move our focus on to some of the disadvantages of Azure Auto Resolve Integration Runtime. Yeah, the first disadvantage would be the limited control that it offers to us. Yeah, so the main thing would be we don't have any way where we will be able to select the region that is required for us. Yeah, so the Auto Resolve Integration Runtime doesn't allow you to manually select a specific region. Yeah, which might be a requirement in certain scenarios, such as compliance with data residency laws or sometimes performance related reasons as well. The second most important disadvantage would be the security concerns. Yeah, it may not be suitable for scenarios requiring strict network security controls, such as private endpoints or managed virtual networks. Yeah, we don't have any kind of customization that can be performed here. Yeah, you have less control over the configuration and scaling behavior of the integration runtime, which might not be ideal for highly customized or performance critical workloads. There is high possibility we might end up in some potential latency issues. Although it generally selects the nearest region, there might be cases where the automatic selection doesn't align perfectly with our data sources or destination, potentially leading to suboptimal performance. Performance can also be a problem, wherein the auto resolve IR, since it automatically selects the region, it might not always choose the region with the lowest load or the best network condition, which could introduce variability in the performance. So there are two things to here. One is like we select a region which is kind of away from where we have our source and target, and that can lead to some problem. Second one is like it might select a region where you already have some sort of high load, and the utilization of the resources, including your network things, could be very bad when you have a huge load in that region. So these two factors can really have a huge impact on the performance. And next one would be the cost unpredictability. There is a high potential for higher costs. While it can definitely be cost efficient, unpredictable scaling and region selection could lead to higher costs, especially if the integration runtime selects a region with higher pricing, or if it scales up more than anticipated. So these are the disadvantages. So I would advise my viewers to discuss on these advantages and disadvantages among the team, and then come up with whether auto resolve integration runtime would be suitable for your environment. So now let's discuss about the Azure Auto Resolve Integration Runtime's suitability for production use. Yeah. Auto resolve integration runtime can be used in production for sure. Yeah, especially for scenarios where simplicity and ease of use are prioritized over granular control. Yeah, workloads are not highly sensitive to specific region placement, then definitely we can go with the auto resolve IR. Yeah, and also in case you want Azure to handle the integration runtime management with minimal intervention, then this is the go-to one for you guys. Yeah. However, for production environment with strict performance, compliance, or cost control requirements, it might be better to consider self-hosted integration runtime for on-premise data or specialized environment. Azure hosted IR with manually selected regions to ensure alignment with specific compliance or performance needs. In summary, while auto-resolve integration runtime is suitable for production use. In many cases, it's essential to assess your specific requirements, like we discussed about the advantages and disadvantages. Maybe like you can compare that with your requirements instead of blindly going for either auto-resolve IR or a self-hosted integration runtime or an Azure IR. And you can definitely pick up which one is better than which one is better for you. Yeah, and So it's all boils down to the requirement of for that particular case. Yeah. So in case if we need more regional control, performance predictability, and cost management before deciding to use it in a production environment, it is always better we move on to self-hosted integration runtime, which is SHIR or Azure IR. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.